Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today, Tuesday, August the 6th, we are going to discuss some very, very important issues taking place in the city of Montgomery. And I think each of you need to be well aware of things that are going on in this city that the mayor and other powers that be don't want you to know. Last week I posted just my usual post about Mayor McDumbass, and somebody reported it, I guess, as abusive, offensive language. As much as I post about him, I don't know why that particular post would be so offensive to somebody until I stumbled across an article last night. And let me just go back and tell you what the article entailed and the post entailed. The post that I posted on Facebook last Wednesday night or Thursday said, if Mayor Todd Strange were black, how long would citizens allow him to not be held accountable or even have the wherewithal to handle the city of nightmares issues that he and his cronies are continuing to place on us? You know, I went from the city of dreams, that's his whole new thing now. I call it the city of nightmares. So much is going on in my city that it has become a nightmare. And I said, are y'all sleeping on him? Did you notice how his chief right and left men left his administration before the shit hit the fan publicly? Did you notice how they reopened those black clubs, you niggling grounds in the alley? Have you noticed this is a raining place?
Have you noticed those who start from the bottom and went to the top, now back on bottom? If y'all keep wearing two left shoes, your right foot gonna become deformed. Or either you gonna start walking slew foot. And then I quoted something. When the old guard leave your cities or counties, they take the kitchen sink and leave you holding the debt. They also leave owning most economic resources that you frequent, thus further enriching themselves. It is by designed to have control economically, but leave your cities or towns in disrepair. Is it by design? Apparently. The intent is to have the new administration as ceremonial figurehead, but remain in power economically, so when the economic cycle comes full circle, the old guard is still in control. Are you a beneficiary or a benefactor? The benefactor gives money. We, the benefactor, taxpayer, gave our bond money. Got your money and gone. A friend of mine wrote this article, and you must go to www.hobsoncox.net. That's www.hobsoncox.net to read other articles about what's going on economically in the city. We've been trying to let you all know and understand that this city is under siege. Montgomery is under siege, and we're going broke. We're going broke. The mayor understands this. I don't care what y'all say about Chad Emerson and the brain Jeff Downs leaving for a better opportunity, Todd Strange, because, you know, somebody going to share this with you. But they probably left because they knew, just like we've been trying to tell the public, about how you keep buying all this stuff on these bonds and our long-term debt. Not gonna work. It's gonna catch up with you sooner or later. And it seems this article, which was written 2 or 3 years ago, is coming into play by play. Moody's did a review, and the city of Montgomery rating is possibly going to be downgraded. Moody's Investor Service, this came out in New York July 31st, 2013. July 31st. That was that day or the next day that somebody tagged what I read in the beginning of this video as abusive. I didn't even know what I was saying was pertinent. I was just telling y'all to be watchful. And lo and behold, Moody's Investor Service has placed under review for possible downgrade the city of Montgomery's AA2 issuer rating. An AA2 rating on $250 million of outstanding limited tax general obligation debt. You can go to www.moodys.com and look at it for yourself. It said that Montgomery's deteriorated liquidity profile and reliance on a bank line of credit to fund operations, a continued financial imbalance that has deepened the city's deficit reserve position, deficit operations in the city's medical insurance fund, and in certain enterprise and special revenue funds. Wow. And the city's recent failures to achieve projections established in previous budget plans. I'm writing my research paper on doing biennial budgets. And I think Montgomery needs to go into doing biennial budget to try to limit our spending control. Maybe it'll be a better check and balances, because right now, y'all just going on what Mayor McRevenue tell y'all to do. Y'all better learn how to read city councilmen and citizens of Montgomery. Another issue that I want to touch on today, and it's almost been a year to the date. I think Glenn Pruitt, Councilman Pruitt, may have brought this up about Montgomery, city of Montgomery, wanting to tow and impound vehicles. If individuals were stopped and didn't have their license on them or didn't have insurance. Well, I got up and spoke about it. This was almost a year to the date. And then I wrote a summary called Toe the Line. T-O-E, the line. T-O-W, the line. And this was August 12th last year. I wrote, Montgomery City Council Public Safety Committee vote to send an ordinance to the full council that would allow police officers to impound a vehicle if the driver has a suspended, revoked, expired, or no driver's license at all. Surely this public safety committee does not consist of women who change purses and wallets frequently, and sometimes in a rush negate to transfer all items from one to another. Surely this public safety committee hasn't looked at Alabama Code 32-6-1 that allows a 60-day grace period to renew licenses. The idiom, I did not say idiot. Toe the line refers to stand behind the line in a race. Toe the line, T-O-W, an ancient practice in the House of Commons during the debates, once referred as a way of working for whomever the line belongs to. Thus, if the administration has a line, i.e. a party line, then those who side with the administration help to pull it out, tow it along. In the spirit of the Olympics, I say to the councilmen who are in favor of this proposed ordinance, toe the line, T-O-E line. Seems like the Public Safety Committee is getting ahead of themselves, jump-starting
pointlessly due to the fact that in January 2013, the committee will look at implementing a similar ordinance for driving without insurance and will consider whether the city should require proof of insurance for releasing impounded vehicles. Councilman Calhoun voting no to the current proposed ordinance gets a gold medal. All others should be disqualified. I wrote this last year, August last year. And today, August 6th, in the newspaper, it's an article. You have to stay abreast of everything that's going on in this city, because if you don't, they will run some past you all that will, y'all don't pay attention. They try to slide stuff under you. I'm just gonna tell it. The article reads this morning: Montgomery City Council to discuss moratorium on new title loan, payday loan shops. Well, Karen, what does that have to do with impounding vehicles and what you wrote? What does that have to do with anything? Oh, it has a lot to do with a whole lot of stuff. For instance, they were saying how in the city of Montgomery there are 89 payday loan, title loan, and pawn shop businesses, and most of them are concentrated in a few areas: Atlanta Highway, East Boulevard, and South Boulevard. That's hurting their economic development plans or whatever. At that meeting last July or August, city council meeting, when Glenn Ford or whoever that councilman was that brought up the issue of towing cars for individuals who did not have their license on them, regardless if you had license or your nephew or niece drove your car to the store or grandchild and they didn't have license on them, it would have impounded your car. At that very same city council meeting, this guy, white guy, stood up, and I don't have his card in front of me, but he said he was over the title store. They, meaning city council or Mayor McRevenue, negated to let this individual know over Ty Pawn Shop what they were planning on doing, towing cars. See, if you individuals who have title loans, pawn your car for a title loan, and somebody has driven your car, you left your license, and your car is towed, well, common sense would tell a person, well, hell, it's going to cost $200 for a ticket, the day-to-day fees in the impound area to get your car back. That's more than probably your title loan. Wouldn't it make sense for you to just leave it in the impound place and let the title loan people deal with it? Because you will spend out so much more, and who would this be targeting? Who are the individuals mostly who have title loans? Us, black people, minorities, low-income individuals. But your car is probably not worth the amount of how much it would take to get it back, because those daily fees start incurring. Most of the impound places probably charge up to $75 to $100 a day to keep it. So the title loan people also lose, because they're not getting their loans paid off, and then if they have a title to the car and the car is in impound, they're still going to have to pay to get the car out. So they're losing on both ends. This is where what the man was talking about at the city council meeting. Now I'm going to take it even further. Heather Sellers is running for J. Love's seat. It is alleged that her husband is over some of these payday loan places. Now watch this. She is thinking about running for J-Lo's seat. I know Charlotte Meadows has said she would, so she's campaigning. Heather Sellers started out in the Board of Education as a vocal person who she would protest. I think she's maybe a Tea Party, would protest about different issues, and she was very active, and then she started laying low. But now she's thinking about running for J-Love's seat. And now, today, they're going to discuss a moratorium on new title loan, payday loan shops. Heather, this may be a direct hit at you. I'm just saying, on the strength of what your husband does to try to make you get back right now and quiet down. So, when Mayor McRevenue wants y'all to line up and be good little slaves to what he wants you to do, color doesn't matter. He doesn't care, because in his itty-bitty mind, he wants to be the ruler, the big pharaoh over all that he can enslave. But I just tell you all need to start paying attention to this man. This man is dangerous, and I'm going to tell you why. Not dangerous as far as him physically hurt you, because I don't think he would. Let me keep that to myself, or y'all report me making some kind of threat. Let me move on. So anyway, he's dangerous in the sense that if you start looking at what's going on in this city, his brain, I call him pink in the brain, because his brain, Jeff Downs, is gone. You know, I don't think he can think for himself. Mayor Todd Strange don't think he can think for himself. Otherwise, a lot of stuff would be done differently, according to me. But I want y'all to start paying attention to other stuff like Birmingham. The population in Birmingham is, according to that article in the news, AL.com, they just did a story about how Montgomery is now dying faster than Birmingham, reports indicate. And I guess the largest city, Birmingham, is 212,038 people. That's their population. According to the 2010 statistics, Montgomery's population was 205,764. Plus these recent killings and stuff, give or take, in Birmingham and Montgomery. So a little over 6,000, maybe less than that. The capital city, Montgomery, was supposed to surpass Birmingham in population. We're about an inkling away from doing that. And if we become greater in population than the city of Birmingham, and the ranking of ethnicities change, which it has, from whites being the majority population to blacks being the majority population, you know Todd Strange, you know he is out of here, right? Everybody does know that. He doesn't have enough money this go round to pay people to vote for him. Alleged, what I heard, alleged. So people are wising up to you, Todd. You gonna be a one-hit wonder. And then I'm gonna keep playing what you said on Mark Montiel's show, off mic. I guess I have to say alleged, but Mark did say that what you said off mic about those who died in these recent homicides. or doing things that they shouldn't have been doing deserve to die. Allegedly is what you said off mic. I'm going to keep bringing it to the people's attention. Hoping, wishing, praying that you won't get in again. For the simple reason you're just ineffective. You're so into making revenue, you're not considering things going on in our city and trying to use the resources we have. We're going broke, Todd, Mayor McRevenue Strange, the city of Montgomery. When Mark even asks you to sell the city like how you sell cars, just tell the audience what makes Montgomery special. You start talking about Prattville as if you're the Prattville cheerleader. And that's because you know what's going on. And people like me observant know what you're trying to do. Everything with this river region mess. You're trying to make this a metro government to stay in office because the population shift has transitioned. We're on to you, Todd. Get your money up because it's going to take a lot to get you voted back in, re-elected. Because every chance I get, I'm going to inform the people. You may try to have people to attack, string me up on the tree, whatever. But as long as I have breath in me, I am your biggest opponent on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. You're out of here because you're an ineffective leader. Our city is going broke. You don't have the wherewithal to come out and have a public announcement or conference on these homicides. You used to sell cars. You know how to lie if you don't have an answer. But the greater good is social media. The greater good is social media. And I thank God for Facebook, Twitter, email, YouTube. We're going to report these things. So y'all better ship up and shape out. Heather, honey, keep your eyes open. And they going to try to attack you. They don't want you to run for J Love's seat. Somehow you didn't follow in line with what they want you to do. They're going to start attacking you, honey. You better... You might need to contact Miss Clairol and get that blonde re-dyed to some kind of brunette or redhead. Because if you don't start standing up, they're going to move you out the way. Just watch and pay attention. And I'm just not saying that because I'm your friend. I'm just saying that because I think you need to pay attention to what's going on. This is so serious in this city. And if you don't fall in line in what the powers that be want you to fall in line and how they want you to fall in line, they will make every effort to destroy you and will sometimes send your friends after you and your weak-minded family. Stay alert, people. This city is under siege. Connect the dots. Pay attention. You also heard when Todd Strange was talking about the school system. He doesn't say so goes the education, so goes the city anymore, does he? The city is gone. Education gone. Pay attention, people. It's time to wake up.